Hello and welcome to D20 Woodworking, and today we are doing another Reddit reply. Now this is when we go through a few different questions over on Reddit and I kind of give my answers to them of what I think and feel about it. This is something we do over on stream on twitch.tv /D20 Woodworking. And also, before we get started, let me know your replies to these questions, right? Scroll down a bit, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to hit subscribe, but write down in the comments what you would say to any one or all of these questions. I'm always interested in reading them. So let's jump right into it with the first one. And this is from the Arkham Horror subreddit regarding the Taboo List. How many of you actually play with the Taboo List? In theory, I would like to play with the balance changes that FFG put into this game, but having to potentially keep track of multiple taboo cards seems like a daunting task. And then ask if people printed out and whatever. This is an interesting one because I never really paid attention to the Taboo List for pretty much the longest time. Maybe because I didn't really understand what it was doing, that it was just basically a giant errata list, right? And it's one of those weird things where I get why they do it. You know, it's a good idea to do, right? To try to keep the game balanced. But I agree with this person in the sense that in the theory that I don't want to keep track of all this stuff, right? I just don't. Like, I want to play the game the way it is. Now, obviously, if it was really far off, maybe I would do it, but I'd probably just not play with the card, most likely. And I don't print new versions of the card. You know, you can probably do that, you know, from a decent printer and get it printed with a different back on it, so there's no copyright infringement or anything like that. But if they did a repack print, maybe I would get it, but I don't really do home printed stuff. So, yeah, I don't play with a Taboo List. I really don't. Maybe I should. Maybe that's why I haven't been good at Arkham. I don't know. Anyway, let's go into the second one, which is from the Marvel Champions page, a subreddit page. And I thought this one was really interesting because if you haven't been paying attention to the subreddit page for a while, this person has been doing polls nonstop, and I think I voted in most of them. But basically, it's the most popular heroes per wave that they came up with, and I thought this was really interesting. So they said the lowest poll had 640 votes, while the most popular had 1,200, roughly 5,000 votes in all. Pretty cool. So each one, they did the core set. The most popular one was Spider-Man. Wave 1 was Captain America. Wave 2 was Ant-Man. Wave 3 was Venom. Wave 4 was War Machine, which blows my mind. And Wave 5 was Ghost Spider. So I wanted to look at them really fast and see what I would say. So from the core set, right, we have Peter, obviously, who won. We have Captain Marvel. We have She-Hulk. We have Iron Man and Black Panther. For me, I think it's Captain Marvel. I think Captain Marvel is my favorite from the core set. And then Wave 1 heroes, Captain America, Miss Marvel, Thor, Black Widow, and Hulk. Probably Miss Marvel for me for the first cycle. I really like Miss Marvel. I really like her deck, and she's grown on me. Like, I like Thor a lot too. I like Black Widow. Hulk is Hulk. Thor has gotten a lot better over time. Black Widow has always been kind of good and has gotten better with the new shield cards. But I don't know. Miss Marvel, I think Miss Marvel was one of the first really unique heroes. I was like, oh, this is really cool. And the game has really supported her as she has come out more and more and more. So I really like her. I'm a pretty big fan of her in that wave. And then cycle 2, throwing in Spider-Woman and Hawkeye, of course. We have Ant-Man, Wasp, Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch. This is easy. Scarlet Witch to me is not only the best from this cycle, but the best overall. Okay, so the next one was Guardians, which had Rocket and Groot in it. And then you have Star-Lord, Gamora, Drax, and Venom. And I kind of get why Venom was picked now. So if you asked me like a couple months ago, I probably would have said Gamora, but I'm so tired of Gamora. I'm exhausted of playing her. I would probably say now Groot, because I have a new appreciation for Groot with Justice Groot. I've really enjoyed playing that and just focusing on keeping the counters as high as humanly possible. And I've been playing a lot of Justice Groot recently in my game. So I'm going to go with Justice Groot, but when it was released, probably Gamora. Yeah, probably Gamora. All right, Matt Titan Shadow had Spectrum and Adam Warlock in it. Then Nebula, War Machine, Valkyrie, and Vision. Obviously, Valkyrie is always just one of my favorite heroes. I really like Valkyrie. Yeah, this is a weird cycle. Now I can see why War Machine why War Machine won, because this is a weird cycle. And it's weird too, because Warlock was one of those heroes that was like super hyped. Like everyone loved Warlock when they first saw it, and I feel like he's just dropped off. War Machine is okay. I don't mind War Machine as much anymore. Probably Vision overall. I mean, I don't get me wrong. I really like Valkyrie, but Vision is a lot of fun. I think he has a pretty cool mechanic. And then finally we have, Gwen Stacy, Miles, Nova, Ironheart, Spider-Ham, Spider, Ironheart. Easy win for me. I like Ironheart a lot. I like Spider a lot more than I thought. And then, so it'd probably go Ironheart, Spider, Ghost Spider, probably in that. Obviously I did a video with that, so I'll just link that in the corner so you can see. But Ironheart's the winner of this cycle for sure. But it's interesting to see the results of this. I think this is pretty cool, and they're doing now a overall winner of these, which will be interesting to see. So, all right, last one is, which hero pack pre-con would you recommend for beginners still learning the game? And the group voted, it was between Ant-Man, Wasp, Nebula, Vision, Miles, and Ghost Spider. So the thing is, I kind of agree with Ant-Man from this list, right? But if I was picking overall, I think there's a few ways to answer this question, right? First, you can look at all the heroes, right? All the heroes that have ever existed so far. And I think Drax still has like one of the best precons. I know some people don't like Drax's precon. Where is it? But I think it's actually pretty decent. His kit in general is nice because it's aggressive, but with protection, I think with counterpunch, deflection, leading blow, and subdue, like these are all really good protection cards. I felt like it was really geared toward Drax. Like a lot of the times in these aspects, I feel like when they come to the precons, like they kind of work with the hero that they're paired with, or maybe not at all in Miles Morales' case. But they're like, they kind of work with them, but not completely. I feel like Drax's cards were meant for Drax. Like the majority of them were just meant for Drax. I don't know. I just one of those weird things. So for all the decks out there, I actually think Drax has the best precon deck, and he's a good hero overall. But at the same exact time, if we were talking about, oh shoot, my page froze. If we were talking about like the best hero overall from the core set, I would probably talk about Spider-Man. I feel like Spider-Man or Captain Marvel were the two easiest ones to kind of get into in the beginning there. Probably because they built your decks out already for you, which was really easy. But yeah, Captain Marvel was really good. Like really, really good. She was a really good core set hero, and she was really, really good later on. So I guess overall, I would just recommend Captain Marvel. Maybe Spider-Man. I get Spider-Man, but I don't know. I feel like protection early on is what obviously they wanted you to do with him, and protection early on wasn't that great and could be frustrating. So I don't know. I can kind of go either way on that. So that is my my Reddit reply to all those things. Like I said, do me a huge favor. Leave comments down below. Let me know your thoughts and what you think about each of them and whatnot. And I'll see you next time when we do another Reddit reply.